When did you discover the base's ghost was actually someone avoiding duty? It happened during my second week at Fort Campbell when I finally solved the mystery everyone had been talking about for months. People kept mentioning this weird guy who showed up in random places around base. Soldiers would spot someone in uniform walking through areas he shouldn't be in, then vanish before anyone could get a good look. Maintenance crews reported seeing a figure near the motor pool at odd hours. Kitchen staff claimed someone kept raiding the walk-in cooler after midnight. Security guards filed reports about mysterious footsteps in empty buildings. The stories got more elaborate every time someone told them. Some guys swore they'd seen him in 3 different locations within the same hour. Others claimed he could walk through locked doors. My bunkmate Jake was convinced we had an actual ghost on base. Dude's been dead for years but still showing up for duty, he'd whisper during lights out. Makes sense, right? Military discipline follows you to the afterlife. I thought it was all nonsense until I started working night shift at the communications center. That's when the pattern became obvious. Every time we got tasked with extra duties or surprise inspections, someone would report a ghost sighting. Need volunteers for inventory duty? Ghost spotted near the supply warehouse. Surprise barracks inspection announced. Multiple sightings in the parking lot. Weekend training exercise planned. Ghost seen wandering the training grounds. The timing was too perfect to be coincidence. Someone was using these phantom appearances as the perfect alibi for disappearing when work needed to get done. I decided to investigate. Started mapping out every ghost sighting against our duty roster. Sure enough, one name was always mysteriously absent during these mysterious appearances. Private Danny Walsh. Walsh was this quiet guy from Oregon who'd been at the base longer than anyone. Always seemed to be somewhere else when formations were called. Never volunteered for anything but never got in trouble either. One night during a particularly boring shift, I decided to follow up on a fresh ghost sighting. Someone reported seeing the figure near building C around 2 a.m. I grabbed my flashlight and decided to check it out. Found the side door propped open with a small rock. Inside, I could hear faint sounds coming from the basement. Followed the noise down a narrow staircase I'd never noticed before. The basement was huge, filled with old furniture and forgotten equipment. In the far corner, I discovered the most elaborate hiding spot I'd ever seen. Danny had created a complete living space down there. Sleeping bag, mini fridge, portable TV, even a coffee maker. Boxes of MREs stacked against the wall. Books, magazines, everything needed for long-term hiding. He was lying on the sleeping bag reading a novel when I found him. Looked up at me like getting discovered was just a minor inconvenience. How long have you been hiding down here? I asked. He checked his watch. About 6 hours. Got word they were looking for volunteers to clean the grease traps. Should be safe to surface around breakfast. Turns out Danny had been perfecting his disappearing act for over a year. He'd memorized every building layout, every blind spot, every unused space on the entire base. Whenever duty assignments came up, he'd vanish into one of his hiding spots until the danger passed. The ghost sightings were just him moving between locations, staying one step ahead of anyone looking for volunteers. The genius part was how he'd cultivated the ghost legend. People expected to see something mysterious, so they interpreted normal glimpses of him as supernatural encounters. I had to admit it was brilliant, but also completely unfair to everyone else pulling extra duties while he lived like some kind of basement hermit. So what are you gonna do about it? He asked, closing his book. Turn me in? Your call, I guess. I thought about it for a minute. Part of me was impressed by his dedication to avoiding work, but the rest of me was annoyed that he'd been skating by while others picked up his slack. Get back upstairs, I told him. Report to the duty sergeant in 10 minutes. Tell him you volunteer for grease trap cleaning every day this week. Danny sighed, started packing up his stuff. Fair enough, but this place will still be here when I need it again. 3 days later, Danny Walsh was transferred to a different unit, officially for needs of the service. Unofficially, because word had gotten out about his elaborate hiding scheme, the ghost sighting stopped completely after that. Turned out our supernatural mystery was just one soldier with excellent knowledge of base architecture and zero interest in manual labor. His basement hideout got discovered during the next building inspection. They sealed off the entrance and turned it into storage space. Now there's a sign posted that reads, "No unauthorized personnel. This means you, Danny."